friends. Welcome to practice. So this is a full length class. We are going to be moving and flowing a lot. So before we begin, go ahead and grab your props. So I have 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, a couple of thick books, just whatever you have lying around. We may use these throughout the flow, just kind of depending on where you need to meet your body today, but we will for sure use these for a posture at the end. So grab what you have lying around. And as you're doing that, again, just a reminder that this is a full body, flowy class. We're going to be moving a lot, and this may be challenging in your body, but I will be cueing different types of variations, modifications for different movements, postures. So as always, meet your body where it's at, do what you can do. And also, don't be afraid to challenge yourself and to notice what it feels like to stay present with any discomfort or sensations that come up. So this class is meant to challenge you and also bring you into a space of being a little bit more present, and hopefully at the end you feel just a little bit better than when you started. So, okay, we're gonna get started. Go ahead and move your props out of the way just for now. Actually, if you're on a yoga mat, place them up at the top of your mat so that they're accessible to you. We're gonna start in a seat. So go ahead and meet me in a nice, easy seat. If you can, legs are crossed in front of you. And right away, start to close your eyes down. If closing your eyes down is not okay, you can always gaze at the tip of your nose. And as you settle into this seat, go ahead and notice what happens in your body. Maybe you're like me, you feel like you need to kind of sway side to side, get some of that energy kind of flowing a little bit. Do what you need to do for a few moments here, just so that you can settle into a place of stillness for a few minutes. So I'm structuring this class very similar to my in-person classes. And we always start in stillness and silence at the beginning, just to give you space to check in and notice, how do I feel today? How am I showing up today to this practice, just in my day in general? So if you haven't already, go ahead and try to find some stillness in your body. Option to rest the palms of your hands gently down on the tops of your legs. Start to feel the ground or the floor underneath you. Really ground down through your sit bones and notice, how does it feel underneath me? Is it a little bit harder of a surface? Is it a little bit softer? Maybe it's really smooth if you're on a hardwood floor like me, or maybe you're outside. Maybe there's a little bit of texture underneath your seat. Just notice, how does it feel to be grounded down, to be in this seat wherever I am at? And a quick reminder, drop your ears down or drop your shoulders down away from your ears. I just noticed my shoulders were kind of creeping up towards my ears. It's a really natural tendency. So big inhale. And again, drop those shoulders. Good. Next, inhale. Slowly inhale. Find some length in your spine. Sit up nice and tall. Hold your breath at the top. And then exhale again. Let your shoulders come down away from your ears. So you're using your inhales and exhales these next few rounds, inhaling to lengthen without straining or stressing your body. And exhaling to drop your shoulders, release your legs, ground down through your sit bones. Good. Inhaling to lengthen all the way from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Exhale to drop your ears, ground down through your sit bones, release your legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, lengthen. Grow really open through your chest, through your heart space. Exhale, ground down. Release your shoulders, release your legs. Inhale, face your palms up towards the sky. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, lengthen, open through your chest, palms towards the sky. Exhale, release your shoulders, release your legs, ground down. Good, 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, reach your arms high towards the sky. Let your gaze follow your thumbs. Exhale, cactus your arms. Bend through your elbows. Again, open up through your chest, through your heart space. Take up space here, opening up and grounding down. Again, inhale, reach your arms up. Gaze follows your thumbs. Exhale, cactus your arms. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. This time, plant your fingertips in front of you and start to walk your hands forward. You can stay where you're at. I'm going to face this other direction on my mat. So you're facing the top of your mat and you're walking your hands as far as they'll go and folding over your legs. So if your legs are crossed, keep them as is and fold down as far as you can. The intention here is to let your head be super heavy. So maybe even shake your head and neck out. Let gravity take you here. You're not forcing. You're not pushing, you're just letting your upper body completely go. Crown of your head nice and heavy towards the earth. For 3. For 2. For 1. Good. Inhale. Slowly walk your way back up. Exhale when you arrive. Good. Straighten your legs in front of you. Oh, take a few moments here. For me, it feels kind of good to shake my legs out, point and flex through my toes. So just take any sort of movement you need here with your legs. And then we're going to recross, but the opposite foot over the leg. So however feels natural and comfortable for you to cross your legs, do that the opposite this time. This always feels super awkward. So just settle into that sensation. And then again, inhale, find some length in your spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Same exact thing, you're folding forward this time. Notice if it feels different in your hips or your legs here. Again, this is usually the awkward side. So notice if you feel tighter in this forward fold. And if not, that's awesome. Either way, just notice, breathe into it, feel into it for 3. For 2, release your head and neck, let gravity take you. For 1, inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Take your time, exhale when you arrive. Take a few moments here. If they're not already, close your eyes down. We're going to take a few rounds of breath work before we can begin to move a little bit more. So go ahead and inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Again, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out your nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. A few more. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. In through your nose. Hold at the top. Out through your nose. Hold at the bottom. Good. 3 more. In through your nose. Hold at the top. Out through your nose. Hold at the bottom. In through your nose. Hold at the top. Out through your nose. Hold at the bottom. Last one. In through your nose. Hold at the top. Out through your nose. Hold at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Good. Return to normal rhythm of breath. Start to blink your eyes open. And if you can, I invite you to continue that nostril breathing in and out through your nose as much as you can throughout the practice. So that can intensify the movement that we're doing, but it helps your focus a little bit more and it helps you to stay present. And nostril breathing is really, really good just in general for your nervous system, for your body, all of that. So play around with it if you haven't. See how that feels throughout practice. We're gonna meet in tabletop on hands and knees. And we're gonna be doing a lot of movement from our hands and knees today. So if you need extra padding, extra support underneath your knees, go ahead and grab a blanket and place it under there, or just have it ready in case you need it. And go ahead and move your hips side to side. Nice, slow, gentle rock. And this is a good time to get into your head and neck a little bit more too. So option to take any sort of movement that feels natural here. Maybe moving your head and neck around, rocking your hips side to side. Good. Come to center, come to stillness. We're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale really slowly, drop your belly, lift your tailbone and lift your gaze and hold here. We're holding for a few rounds of breath. Good. So here, go ahead and sink into your shoulders. So your shoulders are actually kind of going towards your ears. Let yourself really sink into your shoulders here. Feel that arch in your back. Feel your spine here. For 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale. Exhale really slowly. Start to push the ground away. Tuck your tailbone and tuck your chin towards your chest so you have a nice rounded spine now. Again, really push the ground away. Push your shoulders away from your ears this time. And we're holding for a few rounds of breath. So almost try to exaggerate these movements that we're doing here in your spine. Really feel into it. Again, inhale very slowly, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, sink your shoulders. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, push the ground away. Good. Continue these cat-cow movements at your own pace. So inhaling into your cow, exhaling into your cat with that rounded spine. Take this at your own pace. Close your eyes down. That feels okay, so you can really get into this movement a little bit more. And feel into your spine. Feel that juxtaposition between the cat shape and the cow shape. Notice how that feels all the way from your shoulders down to the base of your spine, into your hips. Good. One more round of breath in and out. We're going to meet in a neutral spine. So as you're here in this neutral tabletop, bring awareness to your lower back and just try to feel into it as much as you can. If you're sinking into your lower spine, so if your tailbone is a little bit lifted towards the sky, try to neutralize your spine here. So again, a lot of our movements are going to be coming from this tabletop shape. So you want your spine to be, your back to be as flat as possible, like a table. Bring awareness to your belly button and see if you can just very gently pull it up towards your spine. So almost like you're trying to tuck your belly button towards your spine without moving anything. That's again going to support your lower back a little bit better as we move through this flow. Stay here for 2 or 3 more rounds of breath. Good. On your next inhale, right leg sweeps up and back behind. Exhale, stay. Again, feel into your lower back. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Try to keep your back nice and flat. So you have a lot of engagement here in your core. 3, 2, 1. Option to stay here or option to find some balance and reach your left arm out in front of you. Again, check in with your spine. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Nice flat back. 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, exhale, drop your left hand. Keep your right leg extended back. Flex through that right foot. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to chest. Plant your right foot down on the mat. Good. And stay here. You may have to walk your right foot up a little bit so that it's between your hands or a little in front. So the goal here is to sink down into your hips. So you don't want your hips up here. You want them as low as possible. Good. And stay here. Option, if you feel like the ground is kind of far away and you're rounding through your spine, this is where you can grab blocks or books or whatever you have just to help lengthen your spine. So your hips are nice and grounded, just like we started in the beginning. Grounding down through your hips, through your sit bones, and then lengthening through your spine all the way to the crown of your head. Inhale here. Exhale, sink down a little bit deeper for 3. For 2, you got this. For 1, inhale. Exhale, keep your hands where they're at. Push your hips back. Try to straighten through your right leg as much as possible and flex your right toes towards your face. Let the crown of your head, let your head just be nice and heavy here. For 3, for 2, for 1, inhale, rebend through your right knee. Come back forward. Good. Nice. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, push it back, straighten through your right leg as much as possible. Flex your right toes towards you. Good. Again, inhale forward. Exhale back. In and out through your nose. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Inhale forward. If you have those blocks, set them to the side. Exhale. Plant your hands down on either side of your right foot. Good. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Your left foot meets your right. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Good. Bring your feet about hips width distance apart, so not too close, not too far apart. Grab opposite elbows and just let yourself hang loose here. So option to find stillness, option to rock side to side, rock up and down. You can bend your knees and straighten them. Any movement or stillness here works. The only goal is to release your spine, all the way from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Let it all go. Maybe shake out through your shoulders, your head. Good. For 3. For 2. For 1. Gently plant your fingertips or palms of your hands down on the floor. Heel toe your feet together until your big toes are touching. Inhale, keep your hands or fingertips grounded. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lift your head. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale, fold. This time, slowly inhale, rise. Stand all the way up. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Gaze follows your thumbs. Exhale, cactus your arms. And hold. So again, just like we did in the beginning of practice, that nice opening in your chest, in your heart space. Maybe your gaze is slightly towards the sky. Feel into your feet here. Notice that they're nice and grounded, all 4 corners grounded down to the earth. For 3, find your breath. For 2, for 1. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Plant your fingertips or palms of your hands. Head is heavy towards the earth. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, lift your head. Exhale, send your right foot back, ground it down, and then ground down through your right knee, untuck your right toes. So we're back where we started, except on the other side. So your left leg is forward, your left knee is bent, your right leg is extended back behind you. Same thing. If you had blocks or books on the other side, take them on this side. If you didn't have anything, stick with that. Check in with your foot here. So you want, anytime we're in this shape, you want that front foot to be completely flat, completely grounded down, all 4 corners grounded down to the earth. Again, we're here for a few rounds of breath. If you feel your hips a lot, that's okay. That means you're stretching, releasing some of that tension. So you're inhaling to lengthen your spine all the way to the crown of your head. You're exhaling to sink your hips down, ground down a little bit further. Good. For 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale. Exhale, push your hips back, straighten through your left leg. Flex your left toes towards you. Hold here. Again, your head is nice and heavy towards the earth, towards your leg. For 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, come forward, rebend through your front leg. Nice length in your spine. Exhale, push it back. Several rounds of this. Move with your breath. Inhale to pull you forward. Exhale to push back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 1 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale, ditch your blocks or your props if you have them. Plant your hands and inhale. Try to lift your left leg up and back behind all the way. Exhale when you arrive. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So stay here. Again, check in with your back. If it's kind of sinking, caving in, pull your belly button towards your spine. Good. For 3, you're going to keep your leg lifted back, extended back. For 2, nice strong back leg. For 1, option to stay here or option to float your right arm out in front of you. For 3, belly button towards your spine. Breathe in and out through your nose. For 2, flex your left foot towards you. For 1, good. Inhale, exhale, tabletop. Awesome. Rock your hips side to side. Okay, make sure you have plenty of space out in front of you. We're moving to puppy shape or melting heart. So walk your hands forward and start to ground down through your forearms. This is a really massive stretch for your shoulders and your upper back. So you're landing here, and you really want your hips to be about over your knees. So your hips aren't too far back like you're in child's, and you're not so far forward that you're straining too much in your shoulders. So kind of find that balance where you're still feeling that tension, but you're able to stay present with it. So option to ground down through your forehead here. And if this is plenty enough for you, you can stay here. So your arms are extended out in front of you on the ground. Palms of your hands and forearms are nice and grounded down. Your hips are about over your knees. So if this is enough, stay. If you need more of a stretch, you can ground down through your chin instead of your forehead. If this stretch feels excruciating for you, don't stay through the pain. If you have actual pain, just go ahead and come out of it. Maybe find a child shape instead. But if it's really a lot, use your breath to breathe through it. We have about 5 more counts. You got this. See where you can let go and sink in just a little bit more. 4. In and out through your nose. Breathe through that tension. 3. You got this. 2. 1. Inhale. Whoo, slowly come back up into tabletop. Exhale when you arrive. Okay. Oh, good job. Okay, sit back on your heels for just a second. Whew, and roll out your shoulders here for a few rounds. Again, option to close your eyes just to kind of feel into this. Moving one direction and then the other. Good. And then just move through your neck. So maybe dropping one ear to a shoulder and then the opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Maybe you want to take full neck circles. Take whatever feels best here, whatever you're needing for a couple more rounds of breath. So this is our little break, our little reprieve before we really start to move. We're going to do some sun salutations, and then we're going to go back to that tabletop flow. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and meet back in tabletop on hands and knees just as a transition. Go ahead and tuck your toes under. We're meeting in downward facing dog. So push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. When you arrive, maybe walk your feet in just a tiny bit, just a little bit towards your hands. Make sure your feet, just kind of use a few rounds of breath here to check in. Make sure your feet are about hips width distance apart. And even if your heels don't ground down all the way, try your best to push your heels towards the earth as if they were grounded down. And if your knees are super bent, that's totally fine. Just try as much as you can to push your knees back behind. So you're pushing your heels towards the earth and you're pushing your knees back behind you. And just remind yourself, it does not matter how this looks. All that matters is that you're feeling that full body stretch, that sensation running through the backs of your legs, up into your back, your arms. Check in with your arms. Look ahead of you. Make sure your fingers are nice and spread apart, really grounded down through all 10 fingers, through the palms of your hands. Push the ground away and push your chest towards the tops of your legs as if you're trying to fold in half here. I promise we're not going to be here forever. We're here for 3. You got this. Breathe. For 2. For 1. Look up between your hands. Slowly walk all the way to your hands. We're meeting at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Good. Bring your big toes together to touch. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms up as you go. Gaze follows your thumbs. This time, exhale, hands by your sides. Good. Take a few rounds of breath here. If you need to breathe out through your mouth, let go some of that tension, go for it. And take a few moments here and check in with what you need. Maybe you kind of need to bounce. Maybe you need to like shake your arms around. Maybe you need to kind of just take just whatever movement feels good, or maybe you just want to stand in stillness. That's okay too. So just take a few moments, listen to your body, notice what you need here. If that downward facing dog felt super challenging, your body may need to kind of shake and release some of that energy out. Okay, so we're going to move through 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A. We're going to go through the first round really slow, and then the last 2, we're going to speed it up and really move with the rhythm of your breath, okay? And then we're going to go back down to tabletop and do a few more flows from there. Okay, so check in with your feet again. Coming into stillness, bring your big toes together to touch all 4 corners of your feet nice and grounded down. Your arms are heavy by your sides, shoulders are down away from your ears. Good. Stand up nice and tall. Inhale from the bottoms of your feet all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale out your nose all the way back down from the crown of your head to the bottoms of your feet. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. And last one here. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Gaze follows your thumbs. Exhale, dive it all the way down, forward fold, crown of your head heavy. Inhale, lengthen, lift your head up. Exhale, step it back to your version of a plank. So that means that maybe your knees are up. Again, feel into your back. If your back is kind of down, if you're sinking into your back, drop your knees, okay? So it does not matter, knees up or knees down. You just want to make sure that you're nice and solid in whatever variation you're choosing here. So go ahead and take an inhale from your version of your plank. Exhale, bend your knees halfway lower, halfway down, or not your knees, your elbows. And then inhale, untuck your toes. Push your chest up and through your arms. Hold here. So we're in a downward or an upward facing dog variation. I can't get my words right today. Stay here. Really push the ground away. So again, you're not sinking into your shoulders. You're pushing the ground away for 3. Option to lift your knees off the ground if you can for 2. For 1, engage your legs. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Again, check in here. Make sure your feet are about hips width distance apart. We're here for 5 counts. Push your heels towards the earth as far as they'll go. Push your knees towards the back of the room as far as they'll go. Push your chest towards the tops of your legs as if you're trying to fold in half, and really push the ground away with all 10 fingers in the palms of your hands. 2, 1. Inhale, look up between your hands, step forward, lengthen your spine when you arrive, and then exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, rise. Arms sweep up, gaze follows. Exhale, hands by your sides. Okay, 2 more times, a little bit faster this time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your version of plank. Hold when you arrive. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. Inhale. Exhale, lower down halfway, bend your elbows. Inhale, untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 counts here. Feet or hips width distance apart. Activate through your legs here. Push your chest towards the tops of your legs. Ground down through all 10 fingers, palms of your hands. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, look forward, step forward. Lengthen when you arrive. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms up. Gaze follows. Exhale, hands by your sides. Good, last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plank. Hold when you arrive, inhale. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push your legs off the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 counts here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step forward, lengthen at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands by your sides. Good. We're going to keep going. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. We're flowing our way down to tabletop. Inhale, lengthen. This time, exhale, downward facing dog. Step it back just for a moment as we transition down into tabletop. So drop your knees, untuck your toes. So we're meeting back in tabletop where we started. Good. Inhale, right leg sweeps up and back behind. Exhale here. Again, quick check-in. Belly button towards your spine. Nice flat back. Right toes are flexed towards you. Inhale here. Exhale, left arm sweeps forward, extends forward for 3. Find your balance. If you fall out, just get back in for 2. For 1. Go ahead and plant your left hand. Inhale. Exhale, your right knee goes towards your chest and you plant your right foot. Okay, so we've been here before. So instead, if you were using blocks before, go ahead and ditch those. We're not gonna be here for long. So inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, settle in. So again, see if you can gaze up towards your thumbs for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your left hand next to your right foot. Twist it to the right. So your right arm extends up towards the sky for 3. See if you can twist from the very center of your spine, almost like you're trying to stack your shoulders. For 2. For 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, replant your right hand. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. We're meeting in a standing forward fold. Inhale, left foot meets your right, lengthen at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms sweep up, gaze follows. Exhale, hands by your sides. Good. All of that on the other side. Inhale, rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog to tabletop. Drop your knees, untuck your toes. Right away, inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, hold, flex your left foot. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, right arm extends out in front of you for 3. Again, if you fall out, come right back. It's okay. 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, plant your right hand. And then pull your left knee towards your chest this time. Plant your left foot. Good. Sink your hips down as far as they'll go. Again, try to make sure your knee is over your ankle. Your left foot is nice and grounded down. Inhale, rise, arms sweep up. Exhale, settle in for 3. See if you can gaze up towards your thumbs. For 2. For 1. Inhale. Exhale, plant your right hand, twist it to the left. Left arm extends all the way up to the sky. For 3. Again, try to twist from the center of your spine. For 2, stack your shoulders. For 1, inhale. Exhale, replant through your left hand. Inhale, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Exhale here, and then inhale. Step it forward. Lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, rise. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hands by your sides. Good. Okay. We're going to take one more round of that. Both sides, we're going to add on each side. It's going to get a little more challenging. Do what you can do. Meet your body where it's at. Inhale, rise. Arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Dive it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog to your tabletop right away. Inhale, right leg sweeps up and back. Exhale here. Inhale, left arm sweeps forward. Exhale here. Option to stay here or play with bending through your right leg. Reach your left arm back and see if you can grab your right foot. And again, just play around with it. We're here for 3. Fall out, come right back. See where you land. For 2, you got this. For 1, inhale, slow and controlled, release. Re-extend your arm and leg back out. Exhale, plant your left hand, pull your right knee towards your chest, and land your right foot. Good. Drop your hips. Inhale, rise. Gaze follows your thumbs. Exhale this time. Cactus your arms and stay. For 3. For 2, really feel that arch in your back, that opening in your chest. For 1, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist it. Plant your left hand. Twist to the right. Right arm extends up. See if your gaze can follow your right thumb. Option to stay here or option to bend your back leg and try to reach back with your right hand and grab that left foot. This is a massive stretch for your left leg, wherever you're at. 3. For 2. For 1. If you have your foot slow and controlled, release. Inhale wherever you're at. Right arm is up to the sky. Exhale, plant through your right hand. Good. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, left foot meets your right. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Arms extend up. Exhale, hands by your sides. Good. Last side. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog to your tabletop. Good. Right away. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale here. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale here. If you played around with bending your leg on the other side, try it on this side. Bend your left leg. Reach back with your right hand. See if you can grab that foot. For 3. For 2. You got this wherever you're at. For 1. Inhale. Slow and controlled. Arms and legs extend back out. Exhale, plant through your right hand. Pull your left knee towards your chest. Plant your left foot. Good. Sink your hips down. Inhale, rise. Arms sweep up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Again, holding here. Feel that arch in your spine, the opening in your chest. For 3. See if you can bring your gaze up to the sky. For 2. For 1. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant your right hand, twist it to the left. Left arm extends up. Gaze is towards your left thumb. Option to stay, just like the other side. Or try to reach back, grab that back foot. Either way, even if you're just trying, you're here for 3. Find your breath. For 2. For 1, slow and controlled. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, replant through that left hand. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, right foot meets your left. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands by your sides. Good. Take a few moments here. Find your breath. Good. Alrighty, one last standing posture. And then, one last standing posture. We're gonna do some sort of back bend variations, and then we're gonna wind everything down. Okay, so stay where you're at. Bring your hands to your hips. Step your left foot back, and then pivot to the left. All 10 toes to the left. Hands are still at your hips. Good. So you want your feet to be a good like 3 feet apart. You don't want them to be too close together or too wide. You want them to just be, it will kind of feel right. It may feel like a stretch, but it'll just kind of feel right for you. Good. All 10, all 4 corners of your feet grounded down. Inhale again, open up through your chest, nice and tall. Exhale, fold all the way down. When you arrive, try to plant your palms of your hands down. Now, if that's not accessible to you, that's where you can grab your props to bring the ground closer to you. So wherever you're at, you want your hands to be nice and grounded down. All 10 fingers, palms of your hands, whether they're directly on the floor or on a prop, doesn't matter. Good. And you want your crown of your head to be super heavy towards the earth here. Again, all 4 corners of your feet grounded down. Option to put some more of your weight into your toes, so you're leaning forward just a little bit. For 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, lengthen, lift your head up only. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come to hips. Inhale, start to stand all the way up. Take your time. Exhale when you arrive. Good. Alrighty. See if you can meet me at the front of your mat, facing forward, just like we started. Okay. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last downward facing dog. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1. On your next exhale, drop your knees and sit back on your heels. Okay. Check in with yourself. Move around if you need to. Take a couple deep rounds of breath. Okay, we're going to end with, well, not end, but we're gonna finish the hardest part of class with some back bend variations. So we're going to do 3 variations, or, well, we're gonna do camel, what we call camel 3 times. I'm gonna give you different variations. Again, meet yourself where you're at. So you're gonna start by standing up on your knees. Knees are about hips width distance apart. And you wanna start by bringing your hands to your lower back. So just to kind of help feel into this and support you in this shape a little bit more. If you've never done this, follow along. If you know where we're going, you can just go there. We're doing this for 3 rounds, or we're staying for 5 breaths each round. So on your inhale, if you're with me, open up through your chest, drop your shoulders, just like we've been doing this whole time. Exhale here. So we're staying here for a couple rounds of breath if you have never done this and you're not super used to it. So inhale, open up through your chest. Exhale, push your shoulders down. Good. This time, inhale, open up. Exhale, push your hips forward. See if you can let your head fall back. And you're in this back bend shape here. So maybe stay here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale here. Whew, it's so hard for me to teach this and do it at the same time. Okay, so we've got that 2 more times. So I'll show you where you can take it if you want to play these next 2 rounds. Totally up to you what your body can do today. So you can do that exact same thing again for the next 2 rounds, or you can start to play with it. Inhaling to open up through your chest, exhaling, push your hips forward. Maybe you can walk your hands a little farther back. The ultimate kind of variation of this, full variation, is to reach back enough to grab your heels, your head is back, and your hips are forward. Oh, that's really intense. So just go as far as you can go. So we're going for round 2. Whenever you're ready, take it at your own pace. Inhale, open up through your chest. Exhale, push your hips forward. Wherever you're at, we're here for 5, 4. See if you can let your head fall back all the way. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale here. Okay. So you'll notice in this shape, when you let your head go all the way back, it kind of sometimes feels like it's cutting off your circulation to your throat. A lot of people have different sort of sensations that happen. So if you're having a sensation that just is way too excruciating, way too overwhelming, you don't have to let your head fall back, but just do what you can do. Again, in and out through your nostrils. Last time here, inhale, exhale. Inhaling to open up through your chest, exhaling to push your hips forward no matter what variation you're in. See if you can let your head fall back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit it back. Woo. Okay. How are you doing? How are you hanging in? Okay, last little back bend variation. Grab your blocks and stack them. You may not want them stacked this high, or your books, whatever props you have. Just kind of, you're gonna wanna play around with it. So you're gonna sit down, extend your legs forward all the way, nice and straight, and you're gonna lay back over your blocks, and you want them to hit about between your shoulder blades. And again, you'll just kind of know when it feels right. And the goal here is to let yourself go all the way back. So again, this is just a back bend variation. It's more of a yin version. So it's a little more supportive, but it can still feel really intense. So option here to let your arms be by your sides. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, I would encourage you to reach your arms once you're all the way back. Reach your arms, extend them up and overhead. Or you can cactus them. Wherever you're at, if you need to pause the video to kind of settle in and get situated, go ahead. But if you're with me, we're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale. Slowly and gently sit all the way up. Exhale here. Good. You can move your props out of the way. We're done with props for this class. Okay, we're gonna take a nice forward fold to undo all of that stuff that we've done in the spine here. So again, arms or legs are extended out in front of you. Flex your toes towards you. And take your time here. You're inhaling to lengthen through your spine. You're exhaling to start to fold forward. You're gonna take this to whatever extent you can in your body. The only goal here is to use your breath to slowly lengthen through your upper body and your legs and to slowly fold. So inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Let the crown of your head be super heavy. And you're doing that the whole time you're holding here. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. For 5. Meet your body where it's at. And also let your exhale sink you into this shape a little bit deeper. For 4. Feel your spine, especially your lower spine. For 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale. Slowly come up. If you need to stay in that shape for longer, go for it. If you feel like you need a longer forward fold, that is totally fine. If you're with me, we're just hanging out in this seat for a couple rounds of breath. Okay, we're through all the challenging stuff. Now we get to lay down and start to wind everything down. So meet me on your back. When you arrive, pull your knees in towards your chest. Option to stay here, option to rock side to side. Your choice. Again, you're continuing to feel into your lower back. See if you can keep it as flat as possible on the floor here. Good. Okay, keep your right knee pulled in. Extend your left leg all the way down to the floor. Inhale here, exhale, supine twist or spinal twist. Right leg folds all the way over your left leg. And find whatever variation of this twist you want here. You can keep your left leg extended under you. You can bend both knees. Doesn't matter. The only thing that you want to be mindful of is that both shoulders are grounded down. So it can be easy for that right shoulder to pop up. You want your upper body to be nice and grounded down. So you're really only feeling this twist and this stretch from your lower spine, your lower half. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, option to stay there for longer if you need to. There is no rush when it comes to the end of practice. You can pause the video and take all the time you need. If you're with me, you're inhaling back to center. Exhale to extend your right leg down and out in front of you. And then twist it opposite direction. Again, check in with the backs of your shoulders. Make sure they're both nice and grounded down to the earth. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option to stay here for longer. If you're with me, pull your knees back in towards your chest, recenter. Exhale, give yourself a nice big hug. So wrap yourself up, hug yourself in. Stay here for a couple rounds of breath and just give yourself whatever it is you need right now. Maybe it's some extra love, compassion, strength, whatever you need here. Good. Exhale, release. So we're coming into our final rest. So let everything go here. Legs extend down and out, arms by your sides. And this is your time to find full rest. So if you need a blanket, pillow, some extra props, whatever you need here to feel a little bit more comfortable. If you're still feeling your lower back from the back bends we did or just from practice in general, I would highly encourage you to actually elevate your legs. So if you have a chair or a couch anywhere where you can kind of swing your legs up over, or even a wall like me, to let your legs go up like so. That feels actually so nice on my lower back. So elevate, I really encourage you for this practice to elevate your legs, maybe even if your lower back isn't, even if you don't feel it a lot. It's just super, super regulating to elevate your legs. So again, up on the wall like me, over a chair or couch. Anything works here. Arms are heavy by your sides. Let's take one final breath in and out together. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Good. I highly, highly, highly encourage you to stay here for a few minutes if you have the time. It's the most important part of your practice at the end to be able to rest, because we did all that really hard work to get your heart rate going. Maybe you got up a sweat. So you're working up your nervous system all throughout that practice. You're breathing through it. And at the end, you want to give your nervous system a chance to come back down. So it's a time for your brain to sort of rewire itself and go, okay, I did something hard, or I did something challenging, or I've got my heart rate up, and now I'm okay. I got through it. I'm on the other side of it, and I can do that again, and it'll be okay. So the rest at the end of your practice is to let your brain know that you can do hard things, and that you're okay and you can get through them. And it just helps you become stronger and stronger, both mentally, emotionally, and physically each time you do it. So please stay for as long as you can for your rest. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I'll see you next time.